With that, it is time for Vivyana to come through. So Vivyana, welcome once again to the Dragon Thunder. Nice to have you here in spite of the challenges that you've experienced, but with dragons, anything is possible.
It's beautiful to be here. I didn't know if it was going to happen for me, but like you were saying, I set the intention that everything was going to work out just fine. And it did. I'm here. I'm at a friend's house who works with angels in case you can't tell from the beautiful angel statues behind me. And yeah, it's super wonderful to be here. Thanks, Ben.
Oh, lovely to have you. So everyone, here's a little background on Vivyana, the dragon mystic. All right. So she channeled dragons and their empowering messages and wisdom. She is an international best-selling author, healer, teacher, and speaker. So she met her first dragon, Ashara, one sleepless summer night in 2023. And after an initial surprise of disbelief wore off, Ashara became V's dragon spirit guide. And she shared with her profound dragon wisdom and guidance. So connecting with Ashara also catalyzed a greater connection with dragons, and V has now channeled over 100 different dragons. On a mission to share the transformative, inspiring, and magical power of dragon wisdom, she has published a channeled dragon wisdom book and is creating an accompanying oracle card deck. So V also shares dragon guidance readings and helps others connect with their own dragon spirit guides through her Dragon Connection coaching. So to help you start your dragon journey, she also has prepared a special gift, the 5 steps to connect and commune with your own dragon spirit guide. And this is a booklet that you can get at thedragonmystic.com/gift. And I'm going to put this here in the chat for us. But with that, once again, welcome, V, and over to you.
Thank you, Ben. That was beautiful. I just wanted to start by saying hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's Dragon Thunder Summit. This is the second one that I've participated in. And I also really wanted to say, yes, thank you to the Dragon Thunder Facebook group, because when I first connected with Ashara, I had no idea that other people in the world connected with dragons. I had no idea they were real. I grew up with dragons. I read all the dragon novels. I was big into Anne McCaffrey's The Dragon Riders of Pern, and I read Dragonlance, and I read all the fiction books about dragons, and I honestly thought that they were fiction as well. And when I connected with my first dragon and learned that no, they are real and they are, powerful spiritual beings, I thought that I was alone until I found the Dragon Thunder Facebook group and realized that no, in fact, I am not. And it's not my imagination. It is not made up. They are for real. And what I do is for real, connecting with dragons and dragons as spirit guides. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Vin. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for being part of my dragon family. I appreciate it. And I would love to get started. So it's such an honor to be with you in this sacred container. And the Dragon Thunder Summit is no ordinary gathering. We're here as a collective of souls answering the call of the dragons. And this summit is a beautiful part of what I call the Great Dragon Awakening. And what that means to me is we're in a time of reconnection between humans and dragons. And the dragons have always been here. They predate humanity. But humanity is at a point in our spiritual evolution where more and more of us are open and ready to remember how to connect with them again. So in some cases, dragons are finding us, like in my case, They were, Ashara was very insistent on meeting me. And in other cases, humans are reaching out to dragons and finding them that way. So there's this beautiful reconnection that's happening from dragons to humans and humans to dragons. And this year's summit theme of Unleash Your Inner Dragon beautifully aligns with a turning point in my own dragon journey, one that I'm going to share with you today. So let's get started. In the summit, you will likely hear many different interpretations and definitions and meanings for what is an inner dragon. And some may speak of power, others of sovereignty. For some, it's a symbol of rebirth or of our connection to cosmic wisdom. And you may find yourself resonating with one or many or even none of the definitions for inner dragon, and that's totally okay. Because what matters most is what feels true for you. From my perspective, and when I teach to everyone that I connect with for intuitive development or dragon connection coaching, is there's no one right way to define your inner dragon. And what it means for you now may even shift or evolve, deepen, or transform as your journey unfolds. And that is part of the magic of working with dragons. And today I want to share with you what inner dragon means to me and how connecting with mine has not only transformed my spiritual path, but also revealed parts of myself that I didn't even know were missing. So if you have questions during my presentation, feel free to interrupt me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch all of the chats, but I'm going to try. So yeah, feel free to interrupt. We have plenty of time until the end where I'm going to share a meditation on how to connect with your inner dragon. So before I share my story of connecting with my inner dragon, I want to offer a quick distinction between dragons in general and your inner dragon, because they're both very, very powerful, but to me, they're a little bit different. So as most of you are aware, because you're here, dragons aren't just mythical creatures found in art and literature like I thought they were pre-August of 2023. They are powerful spiritual beings, each with their own unique personality and purpose. And there are many types of dragons. There are elemental dragons of earth, air, fire, and water. There are dragons that were born and lived on earth and have now ascended into spirit. There are guardian dragons who guard Gaia's crystals. Those are the ones that I connect with the most. They are called the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective. But there are also guardian dragons who guard Gaia's chakras, like Vin was talking about earlier, and sensitive energetic locations, like Stephanie was talking about with the Black Dragon and the ley lines. There are also cosmic dragons from other planets, galaxies, and dimensions that we can all connect with to learn more about ourselves and our universe. So as been mentioned, I've now channeled over 100 different dragons, and also, like I said, most, but not all, from the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective. But each one has been empowering, loving, supportive, extremely magical, inspiring, transformative for so many parts of my life, extremely enlightening, and very wise in their own ways. And they don't all look the same, but they all have a particular frequency or feeling to their energy that once you experience, you know is dragon energy. Okay. And Simone is saying, I met my first elemental dragon in 2010. Well, that was way before me. I feel like such a newbie because I've been channeling dragons for like almost 2 years. two years. And Simone says, but dragons have always been a part of my life. I feel the same. They've always been a part of my life. I think I was so enamored with them as a child and a teenager and a young adult, because I was a very intuitive child, and I think I really wanted to impress a dragon. I don't know if you're familiar with the Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Ferns, but in those novels, the dragon riders impress a dragon, which is they make a telepathic communication with one dragon, most people anyway, in the books. And I desperately wanted to do that. and I'm so lucky and grateful that that actually did happen. But 30 years later, 30 years after I was reading the book,
Better late than never.
That is the dedication in my book. So I wrote, the dedication in my book is to my younger self who desperately wanted to impress a dragon. It didn't happen exactly like in Anne McCaffrey's books, but it did happen 3 decades later. Better late than never. That's exactly what I put in the dedication of my book. That's divine timing, Vivyana. Thank you, Simone. Yes, everything happens in divine timing, because seriously, I wouldn't be here today if there was not divine timing. I think we're gonna have to call it divine dragon timing, like from now on, because that seems just more that seems more apropos, I think. Okay. That is a really long message from Deborah, and I think I'm going to start my story and try to get back to your message later on if I can. Okay. So because I've connected with the first thing I want to talk about is, so what's the difference between these dragons and your inner dragon? Because I've connected with divine dragon timing. Yes, go with that. That is the new term for divine timing. It's divine dragon timing. Okay. Let's move on. So because I've connected with my own inner dragon, I believe that your inner dragon is you in dragon form, which is the big distinction between connecting with a dragon in general, who I consider dragon spirit guides, and the inner dragon. Your dragon is you in dragon form. And your inner dragon is a reflection of your conscious, subconscious, and superconscious minds. Your inner dragon is an aspect of your higher self and your whole consciousness. Your inner dragon is your present self and all your past selves. Your inner dragon is connected to source and all its infinite wisdom. And your inner dragon is equally as powerful as any of the other types of dragons that I've already talked about, the elementals, the cosmic dragons, the galactic, the interdimensional. Your inner dragon is just as powerful as every other dragon. Your higher self as a dragon. Exactly, Tina, exactly. So your inner dragon can share with you their strength, courage, wisdom, and guidance whenever you need. And your inner dragon is you with all of these powers and the gifts of dragon energies as well. So that's my distinction between a dragon in general, who I consider dragon spirit guides, and your inner dragon. So for me, they're quite a bit different. And all you need to connect with your inner dragon is an open heart and mind to creating this magical connection, along with just a little bit of imagination and intuition. So now I would love to share with you a little bit about my own story connecting with my inner dragon. And again, newbie, right? Like newbie dragon channeler. I've only started in August of 2023. But I met my inner dragon in January of 2024, completely by surprise, actually, only 4 months after I connected with my very first dragon. And so Vin talked a little bit about that. Her name is Ashara, and she's the dragon crystal guardian of Preseli Bluestone. We're not going to talk very much about Ashara today, but when I met my inner dragon, I, at the time, was on a bit of a manifestation learning journey. I was reading a book called Super Manifester, Manifest the Secret in You, which is written by a very dear friend of mine, Carmel Riley. And I was on the chapter about limiting beliefs. And before I share more about meeting my inner dragon, I want to talk a little bit about limiting beliefs themselves, because they're a really important part of the story. So at the point when I met my inner dragon, I had been on a spiritual journey for 13 years. My first intuitive awakening, or reawakening, if you want to put it that way, was in 2010. And it was catalyzed by a health crisis, actually, and the introduction of energy healing and crystal healing. But anyway, at the point, I had been teaching intuitive development and empath skills and many other metaphysical topics for 6 years. And I thought I was pretty familiar with limiting beliefs, and I didn't think I'd have that much work to do on this topic in terms of manifesting. But it turns out I had a lot more to learn. And what I learned from my friend's book and subsequent research on the topic of limiting beliefs is that most of our limiting beliefs are actually subconscious, meaning we don't even know what they are or how they might be affecting us and hindering our abilities to manifest. And many of our limiting beliefs are formed between conception, and sometimes even before conception, and when we're 7 years old. And they form as a result of our childhood experiences, societal influences. They come from learned personal behaviors, and even the behaviors of others that we witness as children that we internalize and learn from. And through my work with limiting beliefs, I've discovered that they can even form from past life experiences as well, which was a bit of a mind journey for me when that popped up in my limiting belief journey. So if up to 95% of our limiting beliefs are subconscious, and the 95% is something that I've found in the limiting belief research many times, so it's not just in one place. How do we figure out how to identify them, heal them, and dissolve them if we don't even know what they are? And this is where your inner dragon comes in. So back to my story of how I met my inner dragon. In my friend's book chapter on limiting beliefs, she shares an exercise to explore the origins of our limiting beliefs so that we can effectively identify and dissolve them. And the exercise involves exploring our childhood memories from birth to age of 7. And the problem I had with this exercise is I don't really have many childhood memories. I have an extremely poor autobiographical memory. I have a few incredibly vivid memories of my childhood from birth to 7 years old, but for the most part, that time in my life is what I call mostly holy, and I affectionately name it my Swiss cheese memory. And I have learned that this kind of memory is a common result of trauma, but if that's the case, I don't really remember it. So anyway, I wholeheartedly wanted to do this letting go of limiting beliefs exercise, but I couldn't do it the way that the book described, and I knew I needed help with this. So I asked myself, and by extension, my dragon spirit guide Ashara, because she rests within me, I asked this question: how can I release my limiting beliefs if I don't know what they are and have no memory of their formation during my childhood? And what happened next was one of the most powerful and transformative experiences of my life. As soon as I asked this very simple question, I felt a new dragon burst out of my heart. And at this point, I'd connected with about 50 different dragons. None of them had really come out of me before. And this dragon is blue and silver. And I knew, even when she first appeared to me, that she is a reflection of my own consciousness, my whole consciousness. And she is my inner dragon. And I named her Mirror because, reflections. And after bursting out of my heart, she looked at me for a few poignant moments and she didn't say anything. She just looked at me. And then she jumped back into my body and she began devouring energetic pieces of me all over my body. And what she was doing was she was consuming the limiting beliefs that I had that were embodied in my energetic field. And she did this from my head to my toes. And when she was done devouring my limiting beliefs and the energetic remnants, I guess, that were in my body from them, she exited my body and she fired this great plume of dragon fire. And what she did was she transmuted all of my subconsciously embodied limiting beliefs with her fire. And I now call this process dragon fire transmutation. And after she did this, I felt pretty light, like floaty, but also somewhat energetically holy. And I knew that I had to replace those newly transmitted limiting beliefs with a new core belief. And I chose to replace those embodied limiting belief energy remnants with a new powerful belief that I am unlimited. And now, every time I repeat those words in my affirmations, the areas of my energetic field that mirror transmuted light up with gold and white light. It's pretty neat. It's like a shiny. And over the next 2 weeks after I met Mirror and she dragon fired my subconscious limiting beliefs, I began consciously realizing what those limiting beliefs were and the specific memories that triggered their creation. I love you too, Jolene. Thank you for being here. My awesome friend Jolene the dragon left a comment in the chat for me. Thank you. Okay, so as I mentioned, from that life-changing experience with Mirror, I developed what I call the Dragonfire Transmutation, which I plan on offering to people as a service going forward. It's a gentle but powerful method for uncovering subconscious limiting beliefs. Those deeply rooted stories we often don't even know are there, and to transmute them into a new empowering belief. And the cool thing about this process is that it doesn't re-traumatize you. So sometimes what can happen with psychotherapy and talk therapy is you get re-triggered from retelling your story. But what happens with this process is you don't. It doesn't force and it doesn't push, and it works with the dragon's frequency of wisdom, grace, and deep energetic precision. And in the weeks that followed my first transmutation, I started to remember what those limiting beliefs have been that I'd had no conscious knowledge of. And some were formed from personal memories that resurfaced during this process. So things that I had completely forgotten about, had no memory of whatsoever. And others were formed from past life experiences that I could vividly remember in detail. So pretty interesting stories with some of those limiting belief attachments. And these limiting beliefs included fears of failure, including that people would stop loving me or abandoning me if I wasn't perfect. And yes, I may harbor some perfectionist tendencies from time to time. I feared that people would stop loving me if I failed or if I let them down. And I had limiting beliefs around being a victim of circumstances from other people's decisions and actions. And I had so many limiting beliefs about money and abundance. And like I said, I thought I was pretty good with, the limiting belief thing because I'd been working on it for 13 years, but no, I still had more. There are always more layers. I had beliefs like money was a bad word, which came from a memory that surfaced from my mom saying that we don't talk about money with other people when I was 5 or 6 years old, and that wanting more money was bad and selfish. I had limiting beliefs about my self-worth being a reflection of how much money I made or how successful my business was, and that if you loved money or felt joy from buying something, that you were selfish or materialistic or superficial. And another limiting belief I had was that I couldn't or shouldn't make money from my intuitive gifts. So all of these limiting beliefs, some were more general I had about showing shameful emotions and how people wouldn't like me or they would stop loving me if I cried. And so you all know I'm a big crier and it is my emotional relief valve for lots of emotions. And I had limiting beliefs about manifesting big goals or that altruistic goals were irrational and that manifesting was hard and something only other people could do with ease. And that I had a limiting belief around not knowing things because I like to have the answer to everything, or about not knowing what to do next, and also about being dependent on other people for certain things, and so many others. And I'm going to read Deborah's comment. She says, I hold my intention for my own personal experience of dragonfire transmutation of all remaining undiscovered limiting beliefs and residual trauma-induced limiting beliefs. That's beautiful. And honestly, once you connect with your inner dragon, and it doesn't actually only have to be your inner dragon, you can ask your dragon spirit guides to help you. That is really what all you have to do. You just hold the intention and you you can say it out loud or in your head. You can journal about it, and it really is that easy. There's a bit of a process afterwards about, okay, so good, I'm doing it, awesome. Yes. From my perspective, working with energy is all about intention, and so when you hold the intention, that is when the energetic work happens. Okay, so we're going to move on. I really had no idea that I had held all of these limited beliefs or how layered they were in my subconscious. And in my first dragonfire transmutation experience, Mirror, my inner dragon, had uncovered so many of my subconscious limiting beliefs and made them conscious to me. And again, it took a couple of weeks, like I just said, with Deborah. It took a couple of weeks for them to trickle to the surface of my consciousness. And when they did, I journaled about each one, including what the belief was and the memory that surfaced with it when it came. So those are important parts of the dragonfire transmutation. And with each newly discovered limiting belief and memory that surfaced along with it, I felt no trauma or emotional trigger because they had all already been transmuted. I had essentially healed myself with the help of my inner dragon. So why does this story even matter? Because we all carry stories. Some of them are ancestral, some are from past lives, and often are from childhood. Somebody in the chat had mentioned conditioning. Absolutely, societal conditioning for sure. And all of these stories, they shape how we see ourselves and what we believe is possible. But your inner dragon, who is a reflection of your whole consciousness, knows all of these stories. And she or he or they is ready to help you transform them. And this isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you've been beneath all of these layers. So if at this point you're wondering if going through this experience did, in fact, improve my manifestation skills, it absolutely did. As an example, I am here today. I manifested being able to do this presentation 4 hours away from home, not having been prepared to be away from home for a medical emergency. So that's one manifestation story. I have so many just from this trip alone. No joke. But I have so many stories of intentions that manifested with ease, with little more than a thought, or of receiving a series of synchronicities that led directly to the manifestation that I intended. Deborah says, wow, amazing, great news. I've traversed and transmuted such deep childhood trauma. Beautiful. That's wonderful. That's the whole point. Learning things and asking dragons for help. Okay. So I just wanted to share one of my favorite manifestation stories, and that is that about January 2024, after I had connected with about 40 dragons, I set an intention to write a best-selling book sharing dragon wisdom. And within just a few weeks of setting that intention, I learned about and joined the Heart Open Publishing Enterprises first multi-author book project called Manifesting Magical Moments. So there were a whole bunch of synchronicities that led to this. And in that book, I share in my chapter 4 important lessons I've learned about manifesting since dragons came into my life, as well as some of Ashara's and the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective's Dragon Wisdom, and it indeed became a #1 international bestseller. But from that experience, again, following the breadcrumb trail of synchronicities, I gained the confidence to write and self-publish my own solo author book. And when I launched the ebook version in January of this year, 2025, literally on the last day of the Year of the Dragon, because I also wanted to manifest publishing my book in the Year of the Dragon, and I did manage it the last day. It also became a #1 international bestseller when I had absolutely no prior experience writing, formatting, or any of the thousands of things you need to learn along the way of self-publishing. There are so many. Colleen is asking, did I say Ashara? Yes, my dragon spirit guide is the first dragon I ever connected with. Her name is Ashara. So a little bit of an announcement. My book, Dragon Wisdom, has just become available in paperback and hardcover. And you are the first people who are seeing it, other than my amazing friend Jolene, who helped me design the cover, who is also here today. Thank you, my love. So I just got this copy a couple of weeks ago, and you are the first people to actually see it. So I look forward to launching the print version in the next couple of weeks. So moving on.
That looks amazing, V.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The graphics, the really beautiful graphics and the fonts and all of the things, they're all Jolene. So thank you, Jolene. She's here today. She's amazing. If you need dragon graphics, connect with me and I'll connect you with her. Anyway, moving on. Now that you've heard my story of connecting with my inner dragon, and you may be able to feel the energy of what's possible through this connection, it is time for you to meet your inner dragon. And this is the part of my talk where I invite you into a guided meditation. So this is a sacred journey within to meet your inner dragon if you haven't already, or want to meet another one. And you want to meet that part of yourself that is your dragon essence and the whole of who you are. Jolene says, when dragons connect, magic happens. Love it. Yes, And thank you for all of the congratulations. It's been a big journey for my book, and I'm very, very happy that the print version is available, and I will be launching that very soon. Okay, guided meditation time. Okay, I want to share with you again that all you need to connect with your inner dragon is an open heart and mind to creating this magical connection, along with just a little bit of imagination and intuition. So, before we begin our guided meditation, let's set our intention to meet our inner dragon with an open heart and mind, to integrate any of the intuitive messages we receive that resonate with us, and to let go of any words or questions that don't resonate with us with respect. And now let's begin our guided meditation to meet your inner dragon. Please find a quiet and comfortable place to go on this journey together. If you have an object that helps you meditate with more ease, feel free to bring that object into this meditation. Position your body so that it's comfortable for you. And this might be sitting or lying down, or whatever position works best for you to relax your physical and energetic bodies. Now let's take some deep, calming breaths to start. Inhale and exhale at a comfortable rate for you, and direct your breath into your lower belly. Let's take a deep breath in and deep breath out. And they don't have to be big breaths, just normal breaths with the intent of directing the air deep into your lower body. One more time. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Now let's relax our physical body. As we relax our physical body, our energetic bodies relax as well, allowing energetic or intuitive information to flow to and within us with more ease. I'm going to ask you to relax your feet, your legs, your lower belly, remembering to breathe into your lower belly throughout this relaxation. And relax your back, your chest, your shoulders, and your arms. Relax your neck, your jaw, your face, and your whole head. Continue to breathe in and out at a comfortable rate for you, directing your breath into your lower belly. Now let's ground our energy with our planet Gaia, or as the dragons call her, Earth Mother. And I want you to imagine all of your heavy energy sinking into the surface on which you're sitting or lying down. Imagine all that energy dropping down, down into the ground beneath you and deep down into the earth, all the way to its core. Now take a few breaths all the way from the core of the earth, where your energy has descended, and breathe that calming, grounding energy up through your feet and into your heart, and exhale it throughout your whole body, helping it to relax even more. And now that our breath is focused on our heart, let's direct our mind's attention to our heart as well. Imagine your attention as a ball of light in your mind. And now let's drop that ball of light, which is your attention, your focus, all the way down through your head down your neck, down your chest, and into your heart. And keep breathing from the core of the earth into your heart that now houses your attention as a glowing ball of light. And from this ball of light, I want you to invite your inner dragon to connect with you. And the words of your invitation can be as simple as, "Dear inner dragon, I invite you to come forth so that we may connect more deeply." I want you to know that meeting your inner dragon doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Simply inviting them into your conscious awareness. Your inner dragon is within you and will emerge from you. And maybe this will be from your heart, maybe from your head, or maybe from some other part of you. You might find that your whole body transforms into this dragon, and that is perfectly right for you. Wherever they emerge or however you transform, again, is right for you. Now we're going to get to know our inner dragon a little better. I'm going to ask you some questions about them, and I want you to feel into whatever comes to you and accept it as the intuitive information that you're meant to receive in this moment. Whatever you feel, intuit, or imagine is right for you. Trust that whatever information you receive is the interplay between your imagination and your intuition, sharing energetic information about you and your inner dragon with you during this journey. Focusing your attention on your inner dragon that emerged from you or that you transformed into, or may even still rest within you. What does your inner dragon look like? What colors do you see when you look at your inner dragon? What shades of these colors do you see? What colors are the different parts of their body? What color are their eyes? Does your inner dragon have wings, or do they fly on energetic currents without them? Do they have scales or some other type of surface texture? How big are they? Do they feel smaller or bigger or the same size as you? Do you feel your inner dragon as a particular gender? Do you hear a particular sound when you connect with them? Do you hear their voice? If so, what does it sound like? Your dragon may communicate with you with words or in some other way. This could be with images or emotions or physical sensations. And however they communicate with you is right for you. Do you smell a particular smell when you connect with them? And if so, what does this smell remind you of? Do you feel the energy of a particular element when you feel your dragon? Do you feel grounding like the earth? free like the air, flowing like water, or energizing like fire? Do they have a name to share with you? So, this may come or not. Not all dragons have names. And if they have a name to share with you, that's wonderful. And if they don't, and you wish that they did, ask if they'd be open to accepting one that you decide on together. Alternatively, you can choose to interact without names because they are not necessary to building a deep relationship with your inner dragon. And I want you to take the next few moments to get to know the look and feel of your inner dragon and communicate with them in the way that works best for you. Now that you've spent some time with your inner dragon, we're going to close by thanking them for connecting with you and spending time with you, getting to know each other. And I want you to know that you can reconnect with them at any time. And now let's gently come back to ourselves and our physical bodies now. And you can slowly wiggle your toes or your fingers. You can gently move your legs, your arms, and your head to reconnect your attention to your physical body. And you can bring a little bit of more movement into your body, come back to the space. And now that you've met your inner dragon, you can choose to communicate and interact with them whenever you feel is right for you. And you can ask your inner dragon to share with you their strength, their courage, their inner wisdom, and their guidance with you. And know that what they share comes from you, from your higher self, from your whole consciousness, and from divine source. You can connect with your inner dragon's elemental energies of earth for grounding, air for freedom, water for more flow, and fire for more energy. And as well as instant transmutation, like I was talking about with my dragon fire transmutation. Because you are your inner dragon. You can spread your dragon wings and fly wherever your heart desires. You can deepen your relationship with your inner dragon by spending time with them and communicating with them like you would any spirit guide or friend. And now that you've connected with your inner dragon, you might find that your connection to dragon energies in general expands, and you might connect with different dragons from Earth and from beyond the Earth. And I encourage you, after this, to journal about your experience connecting with your inner dragon and anything that resonates with you from our journey together. This way, you can revisit it in the future whenever you wish to remember or reconnect with your inner dragon and find a reminder of this journey to help you. And my wish for you is that you take some time to develop your relationship with your inner dragon, spend time with them, get to know them, immerse yourself in their dragon energy, and learn more about yourself with every step of your journey, building a relationship with your inner dragon. And to close, I want to thank you for joining me on this guided meditation journey to meet your inner dragon. And that is my presentation and my meditation. And, if you have access to the replays, you can always listen to that meditation anytime you want. And now I think we are open for questions for about 10 minutes, Finn. Does that work?
Yeah, there and thereabout. That was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Thank
Just wanted to see in the comments, whoever did the exercises, just what came through. I mean, I did it as well, and I must tell you, I did not expect to see that colored dragon coming through. I suppose me and my arrogance says, it's going to be a black dragon. It's going to be a black dragon, and it was not. In fact, it was a metallic golden dragon with red eyes. I'm like, okay, I haven't seen you before, and
Beautiful.
yeah, really, really wonderful experience.
Cool. I love that a totally new dragon came
Mhm.
through for you, because I know that you are not a dragon channeling newbie, but it always feels so powerful to connect with a new one because they're
Oh
all
yeah.
so different. Yeah.
No, no, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, people, let's see some comments and any other questions that we have for V as well. I
Wonderful.
really loved your story. I mean, the book is looking totally amazing. Lovely energy coming up from there. And listening to what you've been sharing, I just wanted to say you brought in some very important points. And I think for me, what I picked up was most important is that you showed up for yourself. I mean, yes, you connected with dragons, but you showed up for yourself. And how do I pick this up? I picked it up because you said you were journaling, you were doing the work. And the dragons, they came along and they assisted you as such. So yeah, hats off for that. And that's a great example to set for everyone else as well.
Thank you. What I have learned from other dragon channelers is that sometimes the dragons connect with you because they have a job for you to do. And I know that my book was one of the jobs that they wanted me to do. Um, the Dragon Crystal Guardians decided that there needed to be more dragon wisdom out into the world, and so I don't I don't know if they chose me because I was going to make that happen. But yeah, that's totally what I've heard from other people. Caroline Mitchell said the same thing. Fiona Robertson has also said the same thing, that dragons connect with us because they have a job for us to do, and they pick us based on you know who we are and our past life experiences, and what they know we are capable of doing. So yeah, that was my job. I'm just going to read Deborah's comment from earlier in the chat, and she says, I'm new to even the thought of my own personal inner dragon as of 1 week ago. That's beautiful. So thank you for the summit and your beautiful intro and invite. My intention is to learn and discover on a personal level my inner dragon. Well, hopefully the inner dragon meditation helped with that. Dragons have not always been a part of my life, but in 1 week, my intention is clear. I want to meet mine and more than just a few. Well, hopefully the inner dragon meditation helps with that. There are some more comments. Thank you. I had 3 dragons that come through. That's
Mhm.
awesome, Tess. That's wonderful. And Jolene says, we definitely need to do this with Esme, who is her daughter. It's the first time I understood the connection between getting to know myself with dragons. It's making a bit more sense. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that for you. As Barbara says, they are very prescriptive. Yes, yeah, they will tell you what they want, and it is up to you to go and do it. And Deborah says, my inner dragon that instantly came out of my heart center. Oh, I love that. He is gold in color with blue-green eyes, both scales and soft, smooth skin. I named Goldie. So great. That's awesome. I love that, Deborah. I love that I read your comment from earlier and that you were setting the intention to meet your inner dragon, and then you did. That's so awesome.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Oh, I love that. If anybody has any questions, you can put it in the chat. I think I'm all right with unmuting if you want to ask a question real quick. We have 6 minutes before our next speaker is set to join us. Do you have any more questions for me, Vin, before we end?
Well, just a comment there from Deborah says, yes, Goldie is my inner dragon. then I was reminded I had seen a dragon for me come this week.
Awesome. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce your name right. On Anushira? I hope that's right. Leone? Anushira? Okay.
Leonie, yeah.
Anyway, her comment is just amazing. My higher self sure knows I'm entering a phase where a powerful new dragon would be most needed and appreciated. A massive silver white dragon, sapphire blue eyes. Nice. I heard pristine, feathered wings, water energy, name to come, beautiful. As we ended, I was advised this is a collective. Cool. That's awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love connecting with the collectives because they have a singular voice, but you can hear the echoes of the individuals within. And so whenever I talk to a collective, it's always so cool. Jolene says I'm going to talk for hours, so I'll wait. Yes, we will talk. I want you to journal, Jolene. I want you to write down what came through for you.
So V, quick one. If others wanted to connect with you and to get more of your sessions or the services that you do offer, what would be the best way?
Oh, thank you. How do you connect with me is through my website, thedragonmystic.com. And I chose that because my dragon name Vivyana was going to be too hard for people to spell correctly. So I chose a website name that would be easy, thedragonmystic.com. And you can find my email address there and my Facebook. And you can find out information about my books and my services. Oh, thank you. Yes, thedragonmystic.com. And yeah, at the moment, I'm offering Dragon Connection coaching and Dragon Guidance readings. So, in addition to my book, the book includes 64 Dragon Crystal Guardians, their messages, their insights. And I'm creating an actual physical Oracle card deck, but I have been giving Dragon Guidance readings from the spreadsheet version of my deck. Which is all of the information in my book before I wrote the book. So yeah, the Dragon Guidance readings are beautiful, and I'm offering those. And eventually I will be offering Dragonfire transmutation sessions as well. And if you're interested in going on that journey together, then you can just connect with me and we can work it out before I create the formal offering. And Arlene says, thank you, my inner dragon stepped forward. A big black and deep purple and green. I received his name, Zula. That's awesome. Awesome. I love helping people connect with their inner dragon. Seriously, it's like brings so much joy to me helping people connect with dragons. And just so you know, once you connect with one dragon, it is very common to connect with more and more and more dragons. So all you need to do is be open to that connection and they will find you, because once you're, I don't know, Vin, it was a similar for you. Once your energy is set to recognize dragon energy, you're a dragon magnet kind of.
Yeah, you become that beacon that just sends out that signal. It's like, hey, I'm here. You know?
And you'll also find a lot of dragon synchronicities. Like you will see dragon shapes. You will see the word dragon everywhere you go. You will
see them in the clouds.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I saw one yesterday. I was walking my dogs and I saw this beautiful dragon shape and I was like, thank you, dragons. And right after I saw this vehicle drive by, this white van with dragonfly written on the side in green. And I was like, thank you, dragons. So dragon synchronicities will totally happen as well. Okay, Lucy says, I've been really pulled to the storm dragons lately. Beautiful. And Colleen says, I fell asleep. That's great because that means you relaxed enough to allow your body to rest. But my third eye is throbbing and I'm running energy. Awesome. Okay. I think we're at 4:59, so I should probably sign off, but I can be here to also welcome our next speaker.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, Fee. Thank you for showing up and yeah, people will get you on the replay and redo this exercise. I'm pretty sure of that. So with that, we'd like to welcome Elizabeth. Just want to see.
Hi, I'm
Elizabeth.
here. I'm here.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, my lighting is starting to get dark here, so my lighting is bad. But hi.
Welcome to the call. So yeah, we've decided to do something new. V, do you just want to say hi to Elizabeth, because we don't normally get a chance to kind of communicate.
Elizabeth, it's beautiful to meet you. I'm so happy. I've seen you posting in the Dragon Thunder group, and it is beautiful to put a face to a name and to post that I see. It's so wonderful to meet you.
Well, thank you. I very much enjoyed your talk. Really resonated with me. I had two dragons come in during the meditation. One was reminded me kind of like a English Spaniel looking dragon.
Nice. Interesting. Well, I don't know if anybody else sees it, but I see dragons in many dogs as well. It's like they're part of our companion family.
Yes. Yeah, I see them in cats as well. But my other dragon that came in was like a mermaid dragon. It was kind of cool. Not a mermaid, but it was like a dragon. The colors were like that oil slick mermaid look. Gorgeous.
Neat. That's so awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
So
yeah, once again, thank you so much, Fee, and hello, Elizabeth.